taller than me, like 2 inches taller. He's strong, built up than me. So I have no clue. I cannot beat him. But because he told me this, and I actually tried in 6th standard, and I was able to do that. And
Oh,
still to
God.
this date, I am able to do this till 2, 3, 5 minutes.
I'm
So
really
I don't feel
avoiding to
like
look at that. Hello and welcome to the much awaited interview of the man himself, popularly known as Digital Pratik. He is known for so many things, but what he is really known for is that he is a personal branding practitioner. And currently, he is making waves with his audio everywhere around the corner. He is an Indian podcasting influencer. With all humility, I invite Digital Pratik to our interview. Hi, Digital Pratik. How are you doing today?
hello, Gashish. I'm doing awesome, blossom as always, and thank you so much for that lovely intro. For the first ever time in my career, somebody has introduced me as Indian podcast influencer.
I'm honored.
Because
Thank you.
yeah, I've been doing this podcasting and audio thing recently quite a lot because that's what I believe that Indians right now, like I always think that US people or Australian or New Zealand or everybody that's top 5 tier countries, they're always ahead of something,
True,
especially the youngsters.
true.
When YouTube came into picture, the US YouTubers or US youngsters, they used to do AdSense money. And over here in India, a 30-year-old parent might not be knowing how to use YouTube. So that's the gap which I'm trying to fill up with this early adoption of voice, so that more and more youngsters can just drop into this and go ahead.
So, Pratik, tell us, how was your childhood? Of what I have read about you, you were a very highly intellectual kid back at school. Is that true?
Yes and no, both. To elaborate, like I'm not just a college dropout. I'm actually a first standard dropout. Probably this is the second or third time in my career I'm announcing this. Probably on a video or some kind of content. And mostly like 99.99% might not be knowing about this, that I have taken a drop in first standard as well. So I was a lazy kid. I didn't have any clue about studies, and I was super not intelligent till first standard. And during that point in time, my mom was pregnant for my sister, and she was not there. So I used to cry a lot when my dad used to drop me at school. And we being a very lower middle class family, studies was the only gateway. So I have to go to school anyhow. I was not that rich kid. So my father used to drop me on a scooter while my friends used to come in car. So that was the difference always in my entire study career. So that was the case. And then I was not willing to go to examination, and I used to cry a lot. So my father at that point in time requested my teacher, principal ma'am, that can we just repeat him for the first standard. And then she allowed. And then I went to my mom, and then after 6 months, once again the schooling starts. So I actually went back to first standard again. And God knows what happened, the DNA changed or something. I became intelligent. I don't know why. Something happened, and from that point onwards, like from first standard till 12th standard, I remember I was always the class monitor.
Wow.
Then in 8th standard onwards, there was something like squad leader. And I was the squad leader, the top. Then in 9th standard, there were vice captains of the houses. So I was the vice captain. In 10th standard, there was captainship of the houses. I was captain. I was a center player of volleyball, chess, cricket, striker, bowler, plenty of things. And then moving for the college as well, I was good at studies. I scored 88 percentage in 12th science, PCM, physics, chemistry, maths was good for me. So yes, I was a decent enough good student, and till fourth semester. And yep, that's how my studies went. And my childhood has always been humble. Like as I mentioned, I came from a lower middle class family where I used to ask my mom for that variali. In Gujarati we have that variali. So वो 5 रुपए की variali आती थी. And my friends used to bunk their class, like school classes. I'm talking about 7th 8th standard. They used to bunk, and they used to go to Shambhu's coffee. They used to drink coffees worth 60 rupees, while I didn't have money for 5 rupees variali. right? So that was the gap which I always come from. And yeah, that's how my childhood is.
So I believe it's a lot of visionary leading that you have done since childhood, because you were always a leader in some sort or the
Maybe,
other
yeah.
way. So basically, you've created your own destiny in a way.
Yes, exactly. Without knowing where I'm going, I was just going. And that's what I have always said, that if you have no direction, if you have no clue what you are doing right now, just keep moving further. Because वो जैक कैनफील्ड के एक वेबिनार में मैंने देखा था, वो एक बात बताते हैं that like not a webinar, probably it's in the Secret movie itself, where that is a part of Jack Canfield. He always says that if you're driving a car at the night, you can see 200 meters ahead of you through the headlight, but you cannot see ahead of you. But if you want to go further, you have to just take that blind faith on yourself that you will move further without any accident. And that's how you keep moving in your life.
So that's an amazing take. Has there been a time in your life where you were totally confused in your career? Because I remember reading about you where you worked at a call center, then you were a sales and a marketing in a sales and marketing team. I think you were leading there. And third, finally, the toughest decision of your life was in the current field that you had opted for. So how do you prepare for these kind of blind spots?
Without knowing that they are blind spots, first of all. Because once we overcome that, then we can judge that, okay, fine, that was the blind spot which I overcame. So like, you cannot say that you are in a blind spot unless you overcome that spot. That is just a spot in your life. So that's my take on that. And yeah, there are a lot of confusions right now as well. Let's not take the past, like in present as well. While I'm 31, I'm doing decent enough in this marketing digital space. I still think that I'm confused, and I love to be confused. Like, if you're not into confusion, then your life is figured out, it's sorted. And I don't want that, because if it is sorted, I'll be normal, I'll be like cool, I'll chill out, and I won't be pumped up for something new. So like, I just want this and this is something which I always tell my young community as well, that life is ups and downs. Like, there has to be hurdles. If there are no hurdles, then you're not actually living a life, you know. And that depends upon what you actually want in your life as well. And that comes over a period of time. That while I was in school, like, I had no clue. Once a while, I just remember, if we are talking about the spots, the blind spots, like my friend in 6th standard, he asked me that, does your finger touch over here? All right, does this finger touch over here? Now, I have never tried that, all right, till 6th standard, when he's challenging me. He's a senior, so you know how the schooling goes. When a senior tells you, you like, maar dalunga, koot dalunga, lekin you cannot do something because he's your senior. So he was in 7th standard, I am in 6th standard. He's taller than me, like 2 inches taller. He's strong, built up than me. So I have no clue. I cannot beat him. But because he told me this, and I actually tried in 6th standard, and I was able to do that. And still to this date, I am able to do this till 2, 3, 5 minutes.
I'm really avoiding to look at that.
So that's my thing. Like, you know, at times you don't even know that what you are capable of. This is a classic example of me not knowing that I was able to do this unless somebody challenged me, and I just tried. And I even didn't know that I was able to do that. And he was like shocked. I just beat him in the face without beating him.
Yeah, correct. So does this call for a quality of flexibility as well, but mental flexibility? I'm just not referring to physical flexibility, because a lot of our growth has to do with how flexible we are in our thoughts and how fluid we are according to our situations.
Yeah, exactly.
So what's your take on it? You know, as a child, I believe that, yeah, you showed your physical prowess, but even has there been an incident in your childhood which has really molded you, besides the 1st standard incident, which you said it changed your DNA?
Yes, there were quite a lot of times, because see, even if I repeated 1st standard in the class from 1st standard till 7th standard, or I would say 1st standard to 6th standard, the people in my class, my classmates, they were 1 year elder to me, or older to me, whatever the English term is. Like, I'm super not good at grammar.
That's cool. Please go ahead.
So like, all my classmates, they were 1 year elder. They were 1988 born, and I'm 1989 born. So somewhere there was always a gap of me having that 1 year gap. And I don't know how, but they were obviously coming from a good financial background as well. Their families were doing good. Then the place where I used to stay, next to that, there was a similar, like 2 years elder to me, girl. So in the childhood, we always used to play. We used to ride cycles and all those things. But she used to make me jealous about everything. देख मेरे पास तो ये cycle है, तेरे पास तो ये नहीं है. All such kind of things, you know. And that always used to, like, I don't know, subconsciously impacted me that, yeah, I have to do something. I never knew that. Now when I'm saying all these things, now when people like you ask me questions, with the blink of a second, I can go in my past and think of, and that's how I go about any kind of interview like this. When somebody asks me that I want to interview you, I always tell them, please don't give me questions, because the more raw I am, the more I can dig down in my past straight away, you know. So yeah, that's a couple of challenges. Like in my past, if I right now as well think, like, it has always been like first standard to sixth standard was a little bit of a rough phase, where there were a lot of things. Like, I came from lower middle class family, so I didn't have finances, that Variali thing, all those things which I mentioned, till 12th standard as well, right? Because till 12th standard, I was the only one going on cycle, and a couple of them, but maximum they used to come in car, they used to come on Activa. And I remember in my 11th, 12th, when there is a board exam and all those things. So in 11th and 12th standard, my tuition classes were in the morning for chemistry, and physics were in the evening. So in chemistry, while I was going, 6:55 को हमको सर छोड़ते थे सुबह, and my school used to be at 7:10:15, तो prayer शुरू हो जाती थी तब तक. So we have to reach, and that was like 6 to 7 kilometers gap. Now I being on cycle, I cannot reach that distance in like 15 minutes time, because 6:15 को छोड़ते नीचे आते हो, साइकिल लेते हो, तब तक तो मतलब वो 6:55 का 7 हो ही जाता है, 6:15 नहीं 6:55. And then I used to like grab the shoulder of my friends who used to drive Activa. So all these tiny little moments, you know, when you remember that, you feel that yes, somewhere down the line you have always been into that sacrificing mode, and you have always said to your subconscious mind that no matter what, we'll just move further, move further, move further, move further. And now when all those friends right now as well, from school, from colleges, a couple of them are messaging me on Facebook since past 2-3 years now, that Pratik, we are so proud of you. We are seeing you, we have seen you, and now we are seeing you, so we are proud of you. And I'm still that humble personality that I just welcome them from college as well. बहुत सारी लड़कियां जो मेरे को ऐसे, मेरी जो हिंदी में टोन होती है वो कभी कभी गुंडा जैसी आ जाती है, because I've been into that little bit of field of Bhajap and politics in my college days. So वो language की वजह से, plus I'm a dropout as well. So all those juniors who come with me, they feel that ये तो गुंडा है, ये local है, alright. So मेरा language थोड़ा वो हो जाता है. But I was always into Mandavali group. तो कहीं ना कहीं वो जो लड़कियां जो decent family से आती थी, वो हमेशा मेरे को गुंडा समझती थी. But आज when they follow me, when they message me, it's a proud moment from me. All right, that all those girls, even the boys, they give respect. All right. So that's how I think of my past when it comes to studies, from first standard till maybe I took a drop till the college days.
Going back to that girl who used to make you jealous.
Not just one girl, many.
Oh, I see. Okay.
it's a chunk. It's a chunk.
Yeah. I'm sure. So that episode wherein, you know, she would make you jealous of, you know, I have this and you don't have that. What was your initial thought as a child? And
I used to cry.
You used to cry.
Yeah, I used to cry and go to my mom. And I used to ask for a cycle. That's it. That's how we kids are wired, you know. We don't have any clue. We don't know. Now I know that we used to come from lower middle class family. But at that point in time as a kid, I don't know. I just think that my dad and my mom are the best. They are doing everything for me. And they have done it. They have done it.
You're a living inspiration for so many, right? That's amazing.
Yeah. So it's a normal thing. And that's what I say. I have never been a rich personality with respect to any finance or my mindset as well. I don't come from that born with a silver spoon with respect to finance or my mindset or my knowledge or my talent. मैं कोई कौटिल्य जैसा कोई बच्चा नहीं था. Right? It has been always like वो काम किया, कहीं ना कहीं कुछ काम किया, बस और करते गए और कर रहे.
That's amazing. So when, you know, kids of today, the youth of today want to really speed, as though, you know, after a year, if they don't take efforts, nothing will be of validation, because this is the kind of instant gratification that they are seeking: popularity, money, you know, whatever it is, they are seeking, and they're running towards it without knowing, you know, that if it is good for them or not. Because everybody else is doing it, they want to do it.
But that is fine. That is fine, Kashish. I would tell you, I was like them. And that's the reason why I know how youngsters feel. That's the reason why I relate the most in Indian crowd right now with respect to all these mindset talks. Right? That's the reason why like the youngsters respect me. Why? Because I understand them. Why? Because I have been through that phase. When I was 2021 and I used to see a banner how to make money online or how to make additional $5,000, I used to think like, okay, fine, 30 दिन में तो मैं निकाल ही लूंगा. 30 दिन में मतलब 12,000 कमा रहा हूँ जो कॉल सेंटर में, उसकी वजह से मैं 3 लाख कमाने लूंगा. That's how I was also wired. And that's what I'm saying. I'm just an ordinary kid who now has trained his life to see things in an extraordinary manner because he has lived a couple of years more than the youngsters. So मैं भी वैसा ही था. So it's completely normal for all the youngsters right now, but that's what is now needed. That needs to be a perception shift ताकि वो लोग वो गलतियां ना करें और टाइम वेस्ट ना हो जो मेरा हुआ. All right. Maybe I'm now successful at, maybe not successful that much, but a little bit successful at 30, 31. तो अगर मेरे को यंगस्टर्स फॉलो करके कुछ सीख रहे हैं तो शायद वो 23-24 में सक्सेसफुल हो सकते हैं. That's my point.
Okay. So my latter part of the sentence was, but because of this, they end up doing even unethical things which might not be desirable. So that was my complete statement. Because of
And
which,
that is fine.
and yeah, so as you can see, I'm coming to the question. As you can see, there are many earlier abusers. The TikTok lady who committed suicide, I think it was, we don't know the real reason, but sometimes they become so fame hungry that they don't realize what they are doing. They are sabotaging themselves, and because of this, they lose out on a lot of life's potential. What do you have to say for that?
Kashish, I just treat this as a normal life. This has nothing to do with the digital space, and I have all the humility, all the care, all the, like, my prayers are there for people who are dying, people who are committing suicide, people who are going into depression. Like, as a younger brother or elder brother or a guy, I just feel sad about the fact that people are treating this. I mean, see, if we are talking about this chapter right now, we can talk about the recent stuff which happened in Bollywood. All right, Sushant Singh Rajput, he is into Bollywood still. He committed suicide. Now, he's not the first one. Just go back a little bit. Divya Bharti, he also committed suicide. But because we don't come from that generation, because we don't come from that elder demographic, we don't think about that. But my dad, he cannot think about Sushant Singh Rajput. He doesn't care. He cares about Divya Bharti ne suicide kiya tha. All right. Same goes with this. Like right now, अगर कोई TikTok की वजह से या कोई भी ऐसा digital platform है, उसकी वजह से अगर किसी को भी बुरा हो रहा है, I'm not just talking about suicide. I'm talking about the things which happen bad in life, not just suicide. Even a depression, even a small depression, or you sleeping for 12 hours straight is a bad thing for you out of your normal schedule. So that's how extreme I think. Even a 12 hours non-stop sleep for you where you are never sleeping is a bad, plus a suicide. So two extreme points I'm talking about. If both of those or any of those thing happens bad in your life, you cannot blame anything. It's up to you. It's upon your own life which might have gone wrong. All right. So आज मेरे को जितनी फिकर, आज सुशांत सिंह राजपूत मेरे लिए एक इंस्पिरेशन थे. एंड अ लॉट ऑफ यंगस्टर्स हैव सीन, इवन यू, MS धोनी मूवी से बहुत सारे लोग इंस्पायर हुए हैं. इनफैक्ट MS धोनी की स्टोरी वो मूवी की वजह से पता चली है. नाउ वी पोर्ट्रे धोनी इनटू सुशांत सिंह राजपूत एज वेल एट टाइम्स. ऑलराइट. सो कहीं ना कहीं आई जस्ट थिंक दैट we have to move on, plus we have to learn a lot from the bad things which has happened from our life and from other people's life as well. This is what I always think. तो अगर कोई बुरा हो रहा है या टिकटॉक प्लेटफॉर्म की वजह से कुछ बुरा हुआ, मीनिंग they have chased some influence, they have chased some shortcut methods, maybe, I don't know, because we cannot judge anybody's good or bad happenings in their life based on some one incidents. हमें कुछ मालूम नहीं. आज मीडिया में सुशांत सिंह राजपूत के बारे में आ रहा है कि 50 सिम लिए थे, ये वो, हम सब लोग देख रहे हैं, वो सब लोग हम सुन रहे हैं, लेकिन who knows the real fact? किसी को मालूम नहीं है. वो कुछ चुनिंदे लोगों को ही मालूम होगा. आज हम सोच रहे हैं करण जौहर के बारे में लोग बुरा बात कर रहे हैं, सलमान खान के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं. I have empathy for everybody. I don't feel bad and good for everybody. सलमान खान मेरे लिए इंस्पिरेशन भी है और वो गलत चीजें की है जो उन्होंने पास्ट में, वो गलत भी है. राइट. So, like, but we cannot judge anybody based on some incidents. It's a net score when somebody dies. And for me, Sushant Singh Rajput will always be an inspiration. Same way if you are asking for TikTok star, अब मुझे तो मालूम ही नहीं है कि कौन बंदी या बंदा मतलब उनके फेस में खराब हुआ है कुछ. I don't know. So if I want to judge anybody or if I want to think about someone like something for my life, first I'll have to know his or her life. Right? तो बहुत सारे factors. It's like, to summarize, it's life we are talking about. All right.
That was a great answer there. So you're trying to say that we need to take personal responsibility for what happens and not take everything to life because it is precious. Just go, keep going.
Exactly. And to add a little bit more, sorry to interrupt once again,
Yeah, please,
but to add a little bit more over here, I just blink of a second, मेरे को विचार आया कि like we are thinking that something bad happened in Sushant Singh Rajput life. Somewhere down the line, why we are not thinking that he might be the happiest person somewhere in the world right now? I think of that perspective as well. We are thinking that bad happened to his life. Why? Because of the media and the news and everything which we are putting up in our subconscious mind every single day since that happened. Somewhere down the line, I also see the complete opposite of that. Maybe he's the happiest person in life right now.
Or
somewhere, wherever he is.
Yeah.
All right. So in this moment as well, I'm trying to see the positive side of something which has happened. Why not? हम वैसे तो स्वर्ग की बातें करते हैं, नर्क की बातें करते हैं, कर्म अगर अच्छा होगा तो स्वर्ग में जाओगे. तो अगर हमको लगता है कि सुशांत ने कुछ अच्छा किया होगा तो वो स्वर्ग में गया होगा, ऐसे सोच के उसको पॉजिटिव वाइब दो ना यार. प्रे फॉर हिम इंस्टेड ऑफ यू बुलशिटिंग अराउंड कि ये गलत है, ये गलत है. सो इट्स वंस अगेन, इट्स लाइफ.
Okay, great answer there. I respect your answer. So I keep reading a lot of comments in your in your thread of your Instagram post. How do you deal with the negative comment? There was a person who had once commented, you're trying to get attention. Then another person, you're just trying to copy. Basically a lot of negative comments. How in general do you deal with negative comments? And what would you suggest the youth of today and even the adults, that the grown-ups, because they also get offended and they take things personally, which might affect their mental health? What is your take on it?
It depends upon the different phases which you just talked about, the students or the young crowd. Then I talk about the middle crowd, which is like me, who comes into like 30, a little bit mature group. And then comes the elder, who are already parents or maybe 40, 50, 60. So when you are just a young kid, you have like a lot of aggressive nature. By default होता है कुछ ना कुछ. ठीक है. बहुत सारे बच्चे होते हैं जो शांत भी होते हैं, लेकिन कहीं ना कहीं उनको दिमाग में अग्रेशन चलता होता है, वो बोलते नहीं है. So that is introvert and extrovert once again. But they have aggression somewhere. So when you are super young, aggression आएगा, and जब निकलता है, निकाल लो. It's okay. I was a super aggression वाला kid because being a Gujju Rajput Kshatriya, मैं तलवार वाला बंदा हूँ. ठीक है. And that's where like वो गुंडा में जो बात की ना, वो इसलिए बोलते थे लोग. तो
yeah. And now you hold a mic in place of the talwar.
So like that is a little bit natural. So वो जब aggression आता है, but then once the aggression is released, that's where you have to know that how to forgive that person subconsciously, not by just by going to and upfrontly telling him, hey, I am sorry, मैं तेरे को तलवार मार दी. It's not like that. And I'm always talking about the extreme points. मैं यहाँ पर रिलीज करने की बात कर रहा हूँ. Alright? अगर किसी ने, मैं आज भी aggression में आता हूँ, अभी भी आता हूँ कभी-कभी, जब मेरे को कोई कट मारता है. Alright? Well, when I'm in traffic. Alright? Because I'm a heavy rider of car. So like there are only 1% chances that somebody overtakes me. बाकी मेरी गाड़ी को कोई overtake नहीं करता है. That's how. But I'm a very good driver.
Okay.
All right. But okay. Then वही है कि being a very good driver, when that happens, all of a sudden अंदर से aggression आता है. यार कौन था साला मेरे को overtake कर गया. So all of a sudden my paddle goes high. But then blink of a second, once again I think, no, it's okay. God bless him. He is a good driver. All right. He is a good driver. He is overtaking me. So it's okay. He is winning over me. So
how many times does the subdued thought cross your mind? Like, okay, let him go. How many times does that happen? And how many times does the aggressive happen?
Every time. Like it's equal.
It's equal. Okay.
It's equal. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that's good.
Equal, but it's equal, but now you have to see the frame of seconds where you are into aggression phase. When I was young, I might be into aggression phase for 15 minutes and मैं गाली ही दूंगा उसको. Then I would be a little bit calm, okay, fine, chill. But now that is maybe 1 minute.
I can visualize it already. Okay.
So see, now the reason I took this live example of me right now living a life is because the same thing happens in the comments. Now, but in the comments, I just see it in two different phases once again. In the comments, whenever I see, because I don't get time to read all now, which I used to do in 2017, 15. Now I don't read all, but I just randomly scroll and try to read all right, quickly. Whenever I see a negative, I might just drop in over here with the first mentality. I swear to my parents, first mentality of me dropping a comment or reply is to try and shift his or her perception. Nothing else. Because if he's saying negative about me, he doesn't know my life. He's judging based on a 1 minute or 3 minute piece of video or an image. So I try to shift his or her perception in the first moment. That might go into 2 or 3 comments depending upon if I am busy or free, kya schedule hai. All right, depending upon the topic, depending upon million other factors. I will stop and ignore if I think that I cannot do anything more.
Okay.
That's where I think now I'll be wasting my time versus me investing my time in the initial comments of shifting the perception.
Right.
That's how I do.
I remember one particular episode where your dad was unwell, your father was unwell, and someone had rung you up in the middle of the night, and you were really stressed because your father was in the hospital, and that was the time perhaps it was really upsetting for you. I remember that video, and it received support and it received a lot of negative comments as well. What was your reaction to the entire thing later on when everything settled down, when everything was calm?
So I'll talk about the frames of second. That took me 24 to 48 hours to calm myself down. All right. That's how I'm super honest. Like it took me a little bit time. Why? Because the things which are happening in our life, nobody knows what my dad has gone through. Nobody knows what I was going through and all those things. And I just don't want to go into that. But yes, and still, Kashish, you don't know that video I posted and that aggression came after second time. That happened twice. That guy came, he showed, and then on the third time I did that. I requested him not to come. Still, he showed up. Now, he was right at his point, or he might be wrong at his point. I don't know. He was trying to show respect, but we didn't want that, right? I told that in the first instance, because he told that, yes, he wanted to show respect, caring nature, wo aaya, Gujarati hai wo bhi, he wanted to help, ye wo, I understood. First mein hi maine bol diya, my family is a little bit different. We don't come from a rich background. It seems by seeing my lifestyle right now, but my mom and dad are super, super down to earth. They don't know what I'm doing. All right. So they become like, my mom was scared. All right. गुजराती परिवार बहुत ही हम वो फैमिली से आते हैं तो वो स्केयर हो गई थी, लाइक शी वाज अफ्रेड. तो वो होने के बावजूद मैंने उसको आराम से रिप्लाई किया था. उसके बाद अगर 2 बार ये हुआ एंड लाइक आई डोंट नो व्हाट टू डू. I don't know, like I'm not Sadguru, I'm not God, I'm nobody. I'm just a normal human being.
Right.
And that aggression came out.
Yeah, that just took off.
Yep. And to be honest, like, and I told him that if it was just me, it would have been fine. It was my family. And when it comes to my parents, please don't let that digital Pratik convert into Pratik Singh Chudasama.
That was a good one. No, but obviously when a person is stressed, one cannot, or maybe he must have done it through a good intention, but it came across in a different way.
Yeah, but that's where I was good enough in replying and reverting and making him understand that we don't need your support right now. I'm born and brought up in Ahmedabad, so I have contacts, I have connections. So it's super, super, super thankful and grateful I am you came, but then we don't need that. I would be fine. My mom was not fine. And that happened when I was not in the hospital and my mom was worried about that. My mom was getting stressed. So
yeah, it's not easy handling someone unwell and plus your father unwell plus your mom upset. Definitely. Okay, so Pratik, coming back to your first ever speaking assignment, I'm sure it must have been very exciting and unnerving at the same time. How did it take off from there till where you are today? Did you ever prepare for your speech or did you just go all
Till
in?
to this date, I don't.
Oh, amazing. Great.
And that's what my request is when somebody invites me. That's what I told you as well. Please don't tell me the question.
Absolutely. Yes,
And
yes.
I just like to be raw. It was June 2018. It was ready. Yeah, it was ready. REDI. So that is ready, which organizes an event in Ahmedabad, Gujarat, on Social Media Day. Right. Since past 2 years now they are not doing, but 2018 they did it. And somebody, Jaideep Parikh, he known guy in Ahmedabad, Gujarat over here. He runs a social media agency and he was a friend as well now. So he told me that would you like to speak over here? So at that point in time, I was doing this Instagram and YouTube, and nobody in Gujarat was doing that. So I was the right fit to talk about that. So he told me, and I just said yes, and I've never said no. And at that point in time, I was the product manager of DigiPerform. I was still doing a job, but I was on a little bit of mini vacation over here, and that's where it happened. So when it happened, it went well. All right, and everybody was appreciating. There were 2 or 3 followers of mine who came to that event. But yeah, I was still that same guy which you are seeing me right now. Just the difference of communication, which happens every single day because I try to improve myself every single day. And that was the first ever thing. So I was really pumped up. I was in front of like professionals, suited and booted for the first ever time, because in my past at DSIM I was the digital marketing trainer where I used to train people, but they used to come to a batch which was a little bit casual. So people there were 100 people batch, but I never used to see that much suited and booted in one go. So that was in a banquet hall, a hotel, 5-star hotel in Ahmedabad, and things went well. I was happy. So that's how it took off.
What about your first payment ever?
It was 1800 rupees check, which came from physics tuition classes, Atul Trivedi, because I was a tutor as well.
Wow.
So after 12th standard, I did tuition classes. के tutor जो होते हैं ना, वो जो खाली papers check करते हैं and all those things. So I did that in physics.
And what did you do about your first income? How did you utilize it?
I honestly don't remember what I did for that, because it was so of a small amount, but that point in time it was big amount. And I was still like, it was after 12th standard, so we were still trying to figure out the college and everything. So there is a gap between 12th standard and you giving the examination, and then you are free till the board results come.
12th standard is like what, 18, 19 years? It was your first earning.
12th standard would be 18 years.
18 years, correct.
1780.
So 18 years, 1800, fabulous. Okay, that's amazing.
Yeah. So it was 1800 rupees, and yep, that was my first check.
Okay, amazing. So when growing up and even now, I know your role model is Gary Vee. Prior to Gary Vee, who was your role model?
If I just want to take one name, it would be Vishen Lakhiani, mindvalley.com, because I started following him since Silva Life System, and I still to this date, like if I show you, I still to this date, every single morning I listen to this. I'll just show you. I've never shown this app. So now I use Omvana, if you can see. So this is Omvana application, which you can download. It's free, but inside that there are a couple of premium tracks and everything. There are 500 plus tracks, which are binaural.
Can you spell that app out, please?
It's Om Vana, V-A-N-A. It's all together Omvana. Yeah. So this is the app where you can see all these things. Then every single day I listen. So Silva Life System, which I told you, is still over here. So that's the crisp program which he came up with in 2000. I don't remember. It was very early. So I've been following since that period of time, 2011, 12, I suppose.
You follow the De Silva method as well?
Yep. Jose Silva.
Yeah.
So that's what is a Silva Life System based upon.
Yes. Wow. It's
So
quite
powerful. See, I started learning all those subconscious mind deeper from him, Vishen Lakhiani, and there's Jose Silva. And I read, I unfortunately I was not able to complete that entire book. Jose Silva की एक book भी है ना, वो book मैं complete नहीं कर पाया था, but ये program में मैंने बहुत सारा सीखा. And then after that, he started mindvalley.com academy and all those things. So I started enrolling in them. So I've been a member into Solvana and all. Now I'm a firm member of this Omvana.
So
So
any Indian role models? I mean, no, Vishen Lakhiani is
Indian.
Indian, but anybody in India, do you, any name comes to your mind?
My teachers.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, my teachers, obviously my school teachers, they have been a role model to me in digital marketing space. Honestly, I have not followed deep to the heart to anyone, but yes, to that part I will just mention that, not to mention the mentor kind of category, but I'll say respect kind of category for my elders. When I say elders, not because of the age, because of the experience and the early boomers ahead of me. Yes, I have followed Neil Patel. Yes, I have followed Digital Deepak, because when I was nobody, he was a blogger already. All right. And yes, Digital Deepak, then Jitendra Vaswani as well, um, Gaurav Madan, and like a lot of all the people. And I'm blessed, I'm grateful right now that all the people who are my friends, with whom I take lunch and dinner, where I am in the city of theirs, they were somewhere down the line somebody who, through which I used to learn, maybe through blogs or this and that. So I'm super grateful that I just listened to myself, and from 2015 I started following Gary Vee, and because of him I realized that I don't have to be the best blogger just like Jitendra Vaswani or Digital Deepak. I don't have to be the best YouTuber just like maybe Saurav Jain is doing, or digital marketing free lessons he's providing. I don't have to be like them. I just have to follow my own thing, which is my communication in various forms where I'm comfortable. And that's where I popped out in 2019, finally, after all these years of mehnat. And it just exponentially exploded.
That's amazing. How do you deal with insecurity, Pratik? Because I believe everybody is dealing with insecurity at some point or the other in their lives, to be very upfront. How do you deal and handle that part, that little dark area, which is important for growth, but then how do you deal with it?
I just think of it like a coin which is being flipped wrong side. And I just keep on trying that coin to be flipping unless it is on the right side. So if I want a heads, and if it is constantly getting on tails, I cannot change it unless I flip it again and again. All right. So I just think of my life as that flipping coin, that yes, if it is like a blind spot right now, or my insecurities are there right now, wo Jack Canfield wali baat. All right. My insecurities are being seen in those 200 meters right now in the headlight, but I don't know. If I just move one step further, I might just see 50 meters more in my life. And that might be like me crossing the insecurities. All right. So now I only have to cross 150 meters, not 200 meters. And then I remember one of my college professors, he was the MBA head. मैं उनका नाम भूल गया हूँ, unfortunately, but he was a very gentleman. He gave this example, and I'm sure that example is a very popular example, I guess. वो उन्होंने एक डब्बी बताई थी हमको, एक छोटी सी white transparent डब्बी बताई थी, और वो डब्बी में उन्होंने like he put that salt, white color salt, and then black color pepper, and then नीचे एक होल था, and then वो होल में से salt निकल रहा था. So he just compared that with karma, which is good in white color, and black color was symbolized at bad karma. So अगर आपकी लाइफ में अभी अच्छा हो रहा है, that means it is the result of your good karma. All right. But later on the bad thing will happen, and that's what is life. Your life will never be a constant thing. It would be like this only, and there would be ups and downs, meaning there would be bad and good phases. So right now I'm just waiting for my downfall as Digital Pratik. All right. I'm just eagerly waiting for that downfall so that I can once again pump up like anything after all my insecurities. Because right now, if I feel this is my golden period, so I'm just waiting. All right. I'm just waiting for it to get over.
That
Drop.
is a huge statement. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Because see, now when I'm following Gary Vee like this to the heart, based on the ethics, not because of what he has achieved, based on the ethics, I'm just feeling that when he was 31, he was still working in his dad's liquor store, wine library. And then he was a practitioner himself of Google AdWords and email marketing. He was the one who was doing everything. He didn't have any team. So I just feel like that. I don't compare myself with all the top agency owners right now. Same way, he didn't compare himself with the top agency owners at that point in time. Still, he's right now ranked as the most like fastest growing company as agency owner at the age of 44. So those are the ethics on which I'm trying to live my life. I'm not living my life on those ethics. I'm trying to live my life every single day, because I just keep on learning, applying something new every single day out of those ethics. So those are
Fab.
my insecurities.
Very
I have
fab.
them every single day. Every single day.
Fab. Tell us something about your podcasting roadmap challenge.
It's more of a I'm proud to say that it is the most practical, comprehensive ever challenge built upon. Though it is just 7 days, but the amount of efforts, the way I have explained, I'm sure nobody's done that till this point in time. Kal subah utke koi launch karta hai, I don't know. All right, because that's how people do. All right,
True.
once they are into that, and because of the cost effective price, which is just 999 right now, a lot of people who have no clue about challenges but they want to do something better than this might enroll. They see how it is, what Pratik has done, the competitors might spy like that, and all those things. That is natural. So yeah, it's more of, and right now we are 400 plus. I just recently saw before this interview, we have 400 plus challengers, awesome community right now. And I have not seen a single negative review till this point in time.
Wow.
Based on the experience. Everyone is sharing the way it is designed, the way I have given action steps on every single day. People are sharing it across on Facebook, our community group, private group. If you search for hashtag podcast roadmap challenge on Instagram, you will see people sharing their experience every single day, day 0, day 1, day 2. Then I've asked my community to share another hashtag now in their post. If it is a day 2 experience of theirs, just mention the hashtag podcast roadmap challenge day 2. So if you just search that hashtag, you will see people sharing their experiences over there as well. So till this point in time, it has been like 15 June ko release kiya tha, and it has been 20 days now, 2021. It has been like, मैंने अभी तक इतना promote भी नहीं किया है. I have not given it to affiliates. मैंने किसी को बोला भी नहीं है कि मेरे साथ collab करो. But now definitely I'll do it, because I was just waiting for initial chunk of people. That's what I believe, that initial customers, अगर उनको कुछ अच्छा लगता है, then yes, your product can win in the market, and that's where you can exponentially grow by promotional. So I have still not started the promotions, still not started that heavy promotions which I want. But yeah, it will still take maybe 30 days for me. Yeah, that's the one.
A lot of them.
A lot of them.
So fab.
Everybody.
Yeah, superb. That's amazing. Okay, going ahead from here, what is your core message to the people in India and abroad? Because I'm sure you must be having people abroad as well who must be listening to you. What is your message that you would love to impart to all of them?
My first ever core message is learn, apply, share. Please, please, please stop comparing yourself and just focus on your life. If you are watching this piece of content in the form of video, audio, I don't know how Kashish would put up this, but if you are watching this or listening to me right now, and if you have come to this point in time where you have listened to us for around 30-40 minutes, please make sure मैंने जो भी कहा है ना, based on my own life experience, not because of somebody teaching me. So please start listening to yourself, your beliefs, your own talent and skill, and never ever compare. If I want to be the best blogger in India, I will never become one. I will never. Because I know there is a self-awareness game as well, where Harsh Agarwal, Jitendra Vaswani, Digital Deepak, they are so natural when they are doing that. And I'm so natural when I'm doing this kind of communication.
True, true.
All right.
Absolutely, yes.
So we all know our spaces when we are doing something in our own field, respective fields. Excuse me. So that's what my core message is. Please stop comparing your own result right now with somebody else's result who has already achieved and put in efforts for 5-10 years now. All right. If you still want to compare your 19 years of result with Digital Pratik's 19 year of result. All right.
Right. That makes a lot of sense. Yes.
And keep on learning, applying, and sharing. And then when you follow us, people like us, you give us respect. Maybe, as I mentioned earlier in this video, that you might be successful at 23 or 24 versus somebody who is successful now a little bit at 31.
Wow. So that is, use your strengths well. Do not try to expand on your weaknesses. Use your strengths wisely and grow there. And not there's no reason to compare your life with others at any point in time.
Compare it with your own past.
Yes, compared with your own past. Absolutely. Great. Any message for Kashish Chhabria and the audience of Kashish Chhabria?
Just keep doing these kind of lovely interviews with people you know and people you can reach out, so that you can reach out to more and more people and spread across globally, and you can spread people's value to other people. So that's the message which I have for you.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Deepak. Oh, sorry. Thank you so much, Pratik. You said digital Deepak so many times. I'm not going to put that.
I would love to have this as a raw uncut version.
I finished interviewing
I'll
prior to you. Yeah.
Yeah. Once we have this record, I'll just chop this up. My team will chop it up in 1 minute and I'll send it across to Deepak. मैं बोलूँगा साले कुत्ते कमीने तेरे नाम इतना लिया ना कि तेरी वजह से मेरा नाम लोग भूल रहे.
Oh, I'm so sorry for that.
I love Deepak. I have huge respect for Deepak.
He's amazing. I had met him in the elevator when going to one digital meet in Sahara Star, and I find everybody with the beard looking alike. I could not understand if this was Deepak also.
You are not the only one. Like people DMing me, and they DM me and they'll say, "Hello, digital Deepak sir. I have this. इतना बड़ा DM आएगा. मैं उनको answer भी देता हूँ. फिर नीचे लिखता हूँ PS. I guess you dialed the wrong number, but it was digital Pratik."
Oh
so
God!
मैं answer भी दे देता हूँ. So मैं answer दे देता हूँ, but then in a humor way, I just tell them that yes, it was not digital Deepak. शायद आपने copy paste किया होगा उसको भी.
Oh, this is the first time this has happened, and it's really embarrassing. Sorry.
So, no, but this is a piece of content which you can cherish forever, you know.
Sure. Okay, so thank you so much, Pratik, for making this video happen, and extreme gratitude to you. Yeah. God bless you with more success and further wisdom ahead.
Thank you so much for having me, and thank you so much for your patience. I know like it has been like 2-3 months since this interview has been like planned and then cancelled and all those things. So thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for having me.
God bless.
God bless you. Bye-bye. You should actually keep this kind of bloopers, you know.
I will. Now that you're telling me, I will, because I have done it for Praveen Vadalkar. I have done it for Dr. Radhakrishnan Pillai. I will keep this as now. I will definitely keep